Aloha, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Unapologetically. And I am Lee, energy practitioner, psychic medium, and I have many, many gifts. I am so glad that you are here today with me. This message is going to be timeless, so whenever I found you, it is the right time. Remember, it is a collective reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. And yeah. And let's get right into what Spirit wanted me to deliver, what message. Spirit has said, do not be afraid of the unknown. Many will take the leap of faith, but need the courage the courage to take a step forward. And then I asked Spirit, okay, who is this group of people? And what Spirit told me is they are the creators of their own universe. So the first image that I received when I was writing this message down was an actual artist. So these are people who are forging a new path for themselves, either creating a new business, a new platform, content creator, or creating goods or something. It is something along those lines. Or, you could be creating a new life for yourself by changing your mind frame and your frequency. It could be a plethora of things. But this is your confirmation that it is safe to take that leap, to take a step. It doesn't have to be like you leave everything behind, It's just taking one step at a time. And we are releasing the old way of what success looks like. And if you look at the different people who are successful, they were slow and steady. They took their time. They marinated the ideas. They jot them down. They sat with it and took aligned action. So making sure that the feelings are right, but then to be able to have those feelings, making sure that the distorted energies that are coming in, Spirit is wanting me to warn or put caution to these feelings that are coming in. Sometimes those stopping feelings, when it feels really hard and sturdy and like forceful, it is not yours. It is not the divine. It is not your angels, your guides and angels and ancestors. They are more softer in their approach in connecting with you. They never force because they understand the concept of free will. And Spirit is wanting to highlight that, making sure that collective knows that there are trickster energies wanting to fool and stray this group of this collective away from their path, and to be cautionary. But then if you do stray, it happens, because we're on this learning path of self-discovery and remembrance and embracing who we are again. It happens, and it's a school. It's just like, when we were younger, we make mistakes, and that's how you learn, is to make those mistakes. And when you make a really big one, you better be sure that we're not going to make that mistake again, right? So and Spirit is saying mistakes will happen along the way, and that is part of the journey. And to allow yourself to expand and grow, and don't be judgmental on yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself when you fall down in the mud. This world, we're supposed to get dirty and messy and pick ourselves back up again, because if we were never faced with these challenges, how are we to ever appreciate the beauty and the life that we finally get to, if that makes sense? It's like teaching us gratitude. Without the darkness, we wouldn't be grateful for the sun, right? The sunlight, and the life that it offers, right? and the support it gives us, um, and to honor those struggles, and not to get stuck. And when I see the struggle, some people are going to, it's like almost like it's sticky, and I see collective, some people are like this, and it's like goo. And knowing and allowing yourself to say, hey, this isn't me, that's how you get out of that goo, that stuck feeling. It's like, this isn't me, and then disengage from that goo, and then I just see it dissipate and lose its power. It's only connected to you because you think that is an extension of you. So that goo represents like stagnation and the inability to move forward or to see progression. That is what I'm seeing, and what Spirit is showing me is that people think that their life was always meant to be this difficult, and it's not. The way to get out of this difficult situation, and way of thinking, is to deny these negative thoughts, that these are infiltrations of the lower density beings that have lost their light. And and I hear Spirit saying they must find their own light. They cannot backpack on you anymore. And Spirit is wanting you to step into your power, to let go of these limiting beliefs that society, your lineage, our lineage has been infiltrated by these dents, this goo, making us think that this is all that we are. No, we are much more than that. And giving thanks and gratitude to those who have come before us, who have paved the path so that we may expand and grow, and to appreciate that goo. Thank you for showing me that I am not you and you are not me, but at the same time you are my teacher, right? And honoring, not like honoring in a state of like, building an altar, but like recognizing, I think that's the right word, human word, sorry. Recognizing that these densities are here to teach us what is ours and what isn't. Do not attach yourself to these lower thoughts and vibrations. And I guess I hear assumptions of who you are as a soul, as a consciousness, as a being, a human being. Yes, we have all these, and then Spirit is pulling me towards emotions because I'm a very emotional person. I had issues with rage, anger, frustration, sadness, depression, anxiety. Not that I'm not right now, but now I'm in a state of peace. That is my equilibrium, and that is everybody's equilibrium. We must embrace that. Whenever we are off kilter, that means that there is something that is either taking from us, or that we need a break, or something is infiltrating. So those three: something's infiltrating us, that our body needs something, or our mind, body, soul, like there is something wrong, right? Or something that we need to let go of, right? So going through those and trying to figure out which one is it. It's more of, for me at least, I'm still trying to figure out what is mine and what is being amplified. There are beings that have cords and threads that amplify the things that you are still trying to work through and to let go of, right? And knowing that and feeling, like actually feel. This is why Spirit is wanting us to really drop in our consciousness, our awareness, our, disassociation is gone. Like we need to be fully in our body. That's how you know when what is yours, what's infiltrating, and if you're burnt out, you've overextended yourself, and boundaries, right? And when you protect that sanctuary, Your creations are going to blossom no matter what it is. It could be your business, it could be a piece of artwork, it could be, you know, your ability to manipulate and alchemize the energies around you. That is art, you know, and to be able to play with words. If you are a speaker, you know, a teacher, a guide, or just someone living life and just flowing through the world, because the world it needs people like this to go out and spread love and light and mirror to people things that they must let go of. And when you get to that stage, you're going to make people uncomfortable and allow that discomfort. They're not going to like you. They're going to think that something is wrong with you, but technically it's the other person, right? We are all mirrors of each other. And so Spirit is saying, be brave, take that first step into healing, into creating, into planning, if that's what is called to you. It looks different for everyone because this is a collective reading, right? And to take the aligned steps. If you feel anxious, like sit in that anxious feeling and say, is this really mine? And just sit in it and face that energy, anxious energy. Am I really anxious? And look at it dead in the eye. Anxious, are you truly mine? And just sit in it. Sit in it. And if it doesn't dissipate, then either choke it out or you release it. You just like, nope, I don't want to feel this anymore. Just deny that feeling. Like, nope, I don't want to be anxious anymore, because anxiety is the cause of a lot of people not moving forward, because it is the fear of the unknown, of the future, of what it could hold. What is a possible, you know, thing that could happen? Rejection, you know, rejection or not making enough. But the thing is, like, you just have to keep going no matter what. Do it because it is fun. It fills your heart. It fills your soul, and it creates, it allows creativity energy to flow through you. Who cares if, for example, you know, only 10 people watch your video? I mean, look at me. Like I'm still, you know, this channel is still like, I'm making my way, you know, and I really don't care anymore. To be honest, I just want it to reach the people that it needs to at any time and place, right? I want it to be timeless and for people that are ready for the message. You know, I don't want it to force, sorry, I'm like, I'm so excited by earrings. But I don't want it to force this message onto people who are not ready to see it and to receive it, because then it causes a misalignment, right? Because it's, maybe they're here and the message is here and it's just too far of a gap. And I would rather have it to be when they're ready to take the next step, right? For you to take the next step. But anyways, Spirit wants you to know that you are guided. The path is lit. It is golden. It is of the highest vibration, and trust it. I mean, unless you're hurting someone, if you want to hurt people, whoa, you know, like really think about that. Like, why would you want to hurt people? You know, and conquer and take over. There is no need to take over. There's plenty. This world is abundant already. You know, we just have to find it, right? We have to find it. It is not readily given to us quite yet, you know. But I feel like we have to keep showing up for ourselves. You know, there is no free pass. You know, we have to work on our human vessel, our human selves, our mental, like all bodies of consciousness, mind, body, soul, emotional body, right? All of it, just taming everything. And then when something is off kilter, that is an alarm to us. Something is wrong. And that is something that we need to look more deeply into, right? And Spirit is saying, you got this. You got this. You know, you have it in the bag. You know what to do. Just follow it. Don't rush it. allow time, just like a seed, just like my other message. Again, Spirit is calling me to a seed. It takes time to germinate, to sprout, to grow roots, to expand upward, and to develop leaves, you know. And when it breaks through the soil, it's at its most vulnerable. So that's when you need to cocoon and to separate yourself from anything that could alter your state of being or your mindset, right? Anything that is bringing you down, pause it for a moment. It's not, you don't have to do it forever. I mean, it's up to you if it's aligned or not, but just block everything out. Create a sanctuary for yourself. You are a divine being. You deserve a sanctuary where you feel safe to grow out of this darkness, you know, that you have come out of. Right now, it's that transition of you came out of the soil, and now you just have to allow yourself to gain that confidence. You have to speak good intentions to the plant, right? You don't want to speak negatively to yourself or to the plant, because then it stunts the growth, right? And yeah, and I just see that collective is a seedling right now, and to speak positive affirmations to yourself. You got this. And whenever those intrusive thoughts of like, no, this is a bad idea, nope, block it. I'm not gonna think that thought right now. I'm gonna be the judge of it. I don't know where this thought is coming from, but is that my thought? Is that my thought? Is that my thought? Like question it, you know, and face it. Ooh, there's a pitch right there. But anyways, yeah, and Spirit is saying, collective, you got this. You got this. Anyways, beautiful souls, I really hope that you found resonance with something in this message, and I really hope that you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, or evening. Until next time, beautiful souls. Bye.